Minister Dr. EAM Jaishankar with his counterpart in Moscow. Remember the bilateral talks that have essentially taken place. In fact, these are the first set of visuals that we have just got of the External Affairs Minister now meeting Russian President Vladimir Putin. This comes in after there was an elongated talks with Russian Foreign Minister. In fact, the discussion was largely around the tariffs that have been imposed by the United States of America and the offer that has now been made by the Russian side with regards to how it would be taken forward. In fact, an offer has now come in from Russia with regards to expansion of their markets for Indian products. In fact, that is something that is now being considered very, very closely. In fact, there is also another big breaking news that we're going to put out in a short while from now with regards to when President Putin actually comes to India. What is it that India is likely to discuss? Top defense sources have now confirmed to Republic TV a few details we are going to put out in a short while from now. But first, take a look at these images that we have just accessed. This pictures that we have is of Dr. S. Jaishankar meeting President Vladimir Putin. A quick word from our senior executive editor, Abhishek Kapoor. Abhishek, we've got the first pictures coming in. Is it basically setting the tone for the president's visit to India?
Well, yes, Shravan, you are absolutely right. In fact, President Putin is expected to make his bilateral visit to India sometime in the month of October and November. And the dates are being firmed up. We had a meet already happening when NSA Doval visited Moscow just last week. And External Affairs Minister's visit is, in fact, one more step in that direction. Of course, he's there to take care of the larger aspect of the bilateral relationship as well. But I think in diplomacy, optics really count. And for President Putin to meet both NSA Doval and External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar. And remember, in the Kremlin, there are two very similar of these tables where President Putin meets and entertains his foreign guests. One is smaller, the other is bigger. And where he meets determines how close he is or what picture he wants to present of the closeness of the relationship. This is a smaller table where he had also met NSA and now he's meeting the EAM. So I think that really gives you an idea of the kind of messaging that's coming in from Russia. Also the fact that President Putin is standing by the side of President Trump mentioned how the U.S.-Russia trade has blossomed by about 20-23%. So I think this is a very important picture coming out of Kremlin, Shravan, and bodes well for not just the India-Russia relationship, but makes us look good in the larger context of the European tug-of-war that's been happening between Europe and Russia, between India and the United States, between Russia and China, between China and the United States. And there would be a lot of takeaways from that.
Well, thank you very much, Abhishek, for getting us the latest details. In fact, we're getting in an inside scoop as to what is expected